Exploring places and landscapes. Hello. My name is Marco, and I'm 25 years old. I live in Lisbon, Portugal, and I work as a travel photographer. My job is to visit different places, take pictures of beautiful landscapes, and share them online. I love nature, cities, and discovering new cultures. In this story, I want to tell you about some amazing places and landscapes I've seen around the world. 1. The mountains of Switzerland. One of my favorite places is the Swiss Alps. I visited Switzerland last winter. The mountains were covered in white snow, and the air was cold and fresh. I stayed in a small village called Zermatt. There were many wooden houses, called chalets, and beautiful pine trees. In the morning, I took the train up to a high peak called Gornergrat. From there, I could see the famous Matterhorn mountain. The view was incredible. The sky was blue, and the snow sparkled in the sun. I went hiking with a guide and took photos of glacier, rocks, and frozen lakes. The sound of the wind and silence of the snow made me feel peaceful. 2. The beaches of Thailand. In the summer, I traveled to Thailand. The country is full of tropical landscapes. I spent most of my time in the south, near the islands of Phuket and Krabi. The beaches there are beautiful. The sand is soft and white, and the water is clear and warm. I took a boat trip to visit small islands with limestone cliffs and hidden caves. One island I loved was called Koh Phi Phi Le. It had a beach between tall rocks and green plants. I swam in the sea, explored the coral reefs, and relaxed under palm trees. I also watched the sunset from the beach. The sky turned orange, pink, and purple. It was magical. 3. The desert in Morocco. Another unforgettable place I visited was the Sahara Desert in Morocco. It is the largest hot desert in the world. I took a trip from a city called Marrakesh and drove into the desert for many hours. When we arrived, I saw sand dunes as far as the eye could see. The sand was golden and very fine. I rode a camel to a desert camp and spent the night in a tent. At night, I saw more stars than ever before. There were no city lights, only the sound of the wind. I took photos of the night sky, the moon, and the sand hills. In the morning, I climbed a dune and watched the sunrise. The colors were beautiful, orange, red, and gold. 4. The forests of Canada. I also traveled to Canada in the autumn. I went to a national park in the province of Ontario called Algonquin Park. The park is full of forests, lakes, and wild animals. In autumn, the leaves change color. I saw red, yellow, and orange leaves everywhere. It looked like a painting. I stayed in a wooden cabin by a lake and went for long walks in the forest. I saw deer, squirrels, and even a moose from far away. The air smelled fresh, like trees and leaves. At night, I lit a campfire, made hot chocolate, and listened to the sounds of owls and crickets. 5. The cities of Europe. I don't only visit nature. I also explore cities, which have their own beauty. Some cities have old buildings, castles, and cathedrals, while others have modern skyscrapers and busy streets. One city I loved was Prague, in the Czech Republic. It has a beautiful historic center, with stone bridges, clock towers, and colorful houses. I walked on the Charles Bridge, took pictures of the Vltava River, and visited Old Town Square. Another city I enjoyed was Barcelona, in Spain. It's full of art and creativity. I visited Park Güell, a park full of mosaics, gardens, and strange sculptures. I also went to the beach there. It's amazing how one city can have so many types of landscapes, urban, coastal, and cultural. 6. The countryside of Italy. One peaceful place I visited was the countryside in Tuscany, Italy. There are many green hills, vineyards, and stone houses there. The landscape is soft and quiet. I rented a small bike and rode through the fields. I passed olive trees, sunflower fields, and small villages with narrow streets. Every evening, I watched the sunset over the hills while drinking a glass of local wine. Tuscany is perfect for slow travel and relaxing in nature. I felt very connected to the land and the people. 7. My dream landscapes. I have visited many places, but I still have many dreams. I want to visit Iceland, to see volcanoes, hot springs, and the northern lights. Japan, to walk in bamboo forests and see Mount Fuji. New Zealand, to explore mountains, lakes, and fjords. Brazil, to take pictures of the Amazon rainforest and the Iguacu Falls. Every place has its own kind of beauty, and every landscape tells a different story. 8. Final thoughts. Traveling shows me how big and beautiful the world is. From mountains to beaches, from deserts to forests, and from cities to countryside, I feel lucky to see it all. Sometimes I travel alone, sometimes with friends. But every journey teaches me something new. I learn about people, places, and also about myself. So, if you love nature or architecture, if you enjoy walking in the park or sitting by a river, take time to explore your world. Even the small places near your home can be beautiful landscapes waiting to be discovered. Thank you for reading. I hope my story helps you learn new words about places and landscapes, and maybe inspires you to go exploring too.